All right. So Beats by Lonze. I know that the Machine 3.0 is coming out today, and everybody's waiting for a 3.0 to come in. Um, Me as well. So I want to see what the new update does, just because I think Machine 2.0 worked really well. Like I said, I've only had a few crashes in the years that I've been using Machine, and I've always had it on the toughest Mac computers that it can run on. And I also ran it on the PC as well, so never had a crash on the PC. So you know what I'm thinking today as I'm looking at my collection of Native Instruments hardware. Like I started out with the Studio. I started out with the all white Studio, and then I decided that I wanted to upgrade and get the Mark III. And when I got the Mark III, I was like, well, why do I need the redundancy of having a Mark III in the studio? I don't need the studio anymore. So I gave the Machine Studio, the white version, away in a raffle. Then a couple months later, I said, man, I really love the workflow of the Machine Studio. I just got to have it back in my studio. So I bought one. I bought another Machine Studio. But anyway, then a little bit down the line, I already had the Machine Jam that was paired with the Machine Studio and the MK3. But a little bit down the road, I've always had my eye on the Machine Plus. And because it was sold as a standalone machine, I said, you know what? That is something I need to add to my studio. But anyway, I added the Machine Plus to the studio. And actually, you know what? I didn't give it enough credit because I didn't spend a lot of time in the Machine Plus, but I think I'm kind of getting the hang of it because now I'm not looking at the computer screen. I'm looking directly in the machine, and I'm figuring out what has to happen. So, with the Machine MK3, such a sexy machine. I mean, look at those joints. There's ultimately no difference between the two except you have a power on button on the plus, and then it's a different chassis that's inside the Machine Plus. But anyway, I think really we're being a little harsh on the machine. I know there's a couple things that we probably are, thinking that they should have did 5 years ago, but man, if you actually turn the machine on, and I'm not saying everybody, if you turn on the machine and you start messing with making music in the machine does make music flawlessly when you make music with it. You can't take that away from the machine. The machine actually makes what you're trying to make, and it doesn't stop you from making the music that you want to make. So this video is to say, while we're waiting on this update, is, even if they stop um having updates on the Machine 2 software, the main Machine 2 software still works. And at the point of the last update that I got, and let me show you, um, I don't know if everybody is using the freaking native access, because I've been saying as I've been using Machine, like they say, oh, we didn't get updates. We didn't get an update to the Machine 2.0, to Machine 2.0. But if you go into if you go into native access, there's always an update to all of their plugins, and that includes the machine and the factory library. There's always an update in this freaking thing. So I know that they're saying, oh, we didn't get an update because we don't have this and we don't have that. But the machine is so powerful. You can bring in any type of plug-in, any type of VST into this thing, and work flawless. So you don't really need all the stuff that they're saying. Bring in, stems. If you got the MPC stems, you can bring in MPC stems. If you got FL Studio stems, you can bring in FL Studio stems into your Native Instruments machine platform. So you're not without having tools at all. So that's what I don't get. So look, I'm just saying to y'all, like, look, if you as a person has went through every single one of these plugins, every single one of these expansions, every single one of these sounds, and you have not been able to make music, you need to stop making music. You need to quit making music. You have enough music in this freaking thing to last a lifetime. And even if the sounds have gotten redundant, and I don't know how you've gotten through every single sound and freaked every single sound inside this freaking software. Even if you have, that means there is bounds and bounds and bounds of possibilities that you can do when making music with this freaking program. So I'll just leave this video on this concept that just make the music. The music is there. It's there for you. Yeah, it may not be perfect. Nothing in the world is perfect. But until you have exhausted all possibilities with music making, then you cannot say that it's not what it is. So that's my beatbox for the day. Beats by Lonze. Check y'all out after the new 3.0 drops. Peace.